Hey, by the way, they're voting in Ohio on abortion. Did they finish that vote yet?
Yeah, I think it passed.
So what they're going to now
codified in the Constitution.
Yes.
Great.
That's and there's a lot of right wingers that are actually. Ann Coulter, I believe, made a statement going like, "This is going to be the right wing's version of defund police, where people who
the no exceptions for rape or incest type thing,
right? Like people who would vote Republican, will not vote Republican because this thing is too extreme. Like, the same way like the Democrats were like, this is too extreme. Don't go. Why are you going this far? You're only catering to the hardcore people on the very end of the spectrum. Because,
again, it's just pure selfishness masquerading as being caring. People might have been much more reasonable. Even Trump said that. The no exceptions for rape or you fucking psychopaths.
Did he?
No, he said it's wrong. He's like, it's like he was saying that he doesn't agree with that at all, like no exceptions. Of course, I don't think he cares about abortion at all, but he certainly doesn't agree with no exceptions. He agrees with exceptions for rape and incest. And the fact that these fucking people want you to be forced to carry a baby if you're raped.
Well, God does.
I mean, it's just disgusting. It's sickening, and you're right, it's going to cost them, and I hope it does. It's gross.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross. Because any of them, if their daughter was raped, would not want their daughter to have to carry a rapist baby. Trump criticizes Republicans pushing abortion bans with no exceptions. You're not going to win.
Yeah, he sees it too. It's like
crazy.
You need to get the fringe people. Yeah, not like the fringe to one side, the fringe that are like, well, I don't like everything that's going on over here, so maybe I could be convinced to vote for this other party. But if this other party is going just as extreme, they're not going to switch.
Ohio voters enshrine abortion access in Constitution in latest statewide win for reproductive rights. I mean, not every state's going to do it, but I mean, I think
Ohio is a big one to do it.
A big one. And I think Kansas is kind of leading that way. There's some like conservative states that I think that are kind of leaning in that direction. I don't know how they're getting it done.
Yeah.
But good for them.
No, yeah. And it will make a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, when they realize like, oh, we're losing like key states that we would have otherwise won.
Wasn't there some big upset in where's Youngkin?
Wasn't it
West Virginia?
West Virginia, I want to say, yeah.
Didn't he have some big?
They didn't win the House, so that he would have had total control over the government.
I mean, the stupidity of these people. It's like everyone agrees with you on crime, on immigration. You guys are doing just stop with the religious morality policing, and with the Democrats, I agree with them. Stop with the fucking obsessive immigration and lack of bail.
They get power hungry, I think.
They just don't want to compromise.
We could go further, and we can go further, and we can go further, as opposed to just cooling out.
Fucking Christ. Yeah. Anyway, I read that last time. I'm happy that they did that. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's also, like, it feels more and more like you have to be such a psycho to want to be a high-ranking politician these days. It's all psychos. Like, you have to be Boberts or whoever blowing people in Beetlejuice.
but isn't it funny, like, the people who are, like, telling everybody what's right and wrong, like, that's who they are. That's the one morally policing you. And I have nothing problem with what she did. I don't care if she blew that guy or whatever.
No,
but you see what a fraud she is.
Yeah.
She's a fraud. Yeah. Like, and if you're listening to her going, that's my gig, then you're dope.
I mean, dude, they're evangelicals that voted for Trump because they're like, he loves the Bible. And like, you listen to him talk about the Bible, and he clearly has not read the Bible.
No, he has not.
He loves all the parts.
You can't name one verse.
Yeah.
He loves them all.
He likes both testaments equally.
Yeah.
He can't even figure out if he's a New Testament or an Old Testament guy. He likes them both equally.
That Speaker of the House, that Mike Johnson, that fucking religious fanatic who fucking sucks.
Right.
Hates gay people. He's a fucking hunk of shit. Him and his son are each other's on that website, the Covenant Eyes.
What's that?
It's like to stop you from watching porn.
Oh, nice.
They are each other's.
Yeah, I heard about this.
That
rules.
They are each other's. What is it? Monitor.
Mike Johnson admits
him and his son
monitor each other's porn intake in resurfaced video.
Now, they probably don't watch porn, in fairness. They probably don't. They probably just monitor each other's computer stuff. Which, by the way, all this religious shit you throw at people, what about just trust? What about just between you and God? Why do you and your son need to monitor each other?
How about the fact that if you have a stressful day, let your dad go home and have a jerk. You know what I mean?
How about let your son do it? He's 17. You think your son doesn't want to watch porn? He wants to live this shit life?
His son wants to watch a lot of porn. Coop, you watch a lot of porn at 17?
Oh, yeah.
Can't hear you, Coop. Come on, Travis. Coop.
I watched all of it.
Yeah.
I watched all of it. I finished it.
You really did.
I finished all the porn.
You got to the last scene, and a little, like one of those little windows pops up and says, "Congratulations, you've watched every bit of pornography."
Now go outside.
It's like you saved the princess.
Yeah, so Mike Johnson admits him and his son monitor each other.
What do I do now?
What a douchebag this guy is.
All the porn.
What a fucking douchebag.
Well, is there I'm proud to tell you my son has got a clean slate.
Yeah, my son doesn't watch porn at all.
I mean, isn't there like...
Your son is going to go hooker crazy. Dude, I'm telling you, that's why the preacher's daughters are always whores, because they get repressed by some weird guy. Like, he's a fucking weird dude. When you're this... look, you can be anti-porn. You can hate porn and think it's wrong and harmful.
That's fine.
Fine. You can be religious. All good. But when you're in the position of Speaker of the House, you're like, well, I consult my Bible. You've lost me. I have no interest in you.
Also, you can't brag that your son has a clean slate.
I know.
And where is this video, this resurfaced video? I would love to see it.
And he was happy the guy brought it up. He was like, it's very important you bring this up.
I mean, I feel like...
He's a fucking creep.
If your son... You probably... If you find out your son at 17... has a clean slate, you should probably you should watch a little bit of porn, buddy.
Yeah.
Just even just a little bit, just so you know.
Because when he discovers it...
Oh, the floodgates.
I mean, look, it is unhealthy to be obsessed with it, so...
A little bit of porn. I mean, a little bit of porn's at work's okay.
A little bit, yeah.
At work.
A little bit of porn.
I think so. A little bit of porn.
It's hard not to watch it.
I mean, there's no... I mean...
It's hard not to.
Yeah, luckily I don't have a problem, so I'm okay watching a little bit of porn.
Yeah, you can do it in a healthy dose.
Right, you watch for...
There's nothing wrong with porn intrinsically. It's just the abuse of watching it, of using it as a drug.
10, 15 minutes, a couple times a week.
I mean, that's
good to go.
Insane that someone can do that.
Good to oh, it's the best. It's the best.
With me, it's let's just sit down for a few minutes, and when I finally stand up, my back is sweating, my legs hurt. Like someone getting out of a wheelchair.
A cross-country flight. Your Grandpa Joe and Willy Wonka getting out of bed. I can't believe he can walk.
Yeah, this Mike Johnson's a fucking crud.
Huh. Is this the video,
yeah.
Troy?
They mentioned it.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, software, Covenant Eyes.
Which, by the way, is not a bad software. If you have a problem with porn, and it's a way for people to get out of it.
If you need the accountability.
100%. There's nothing wrong with that software if you have an addiction.
Addicted.
Yes. But just to monitor your teenage son, like when he's 17, or
that's
like,
bad.
it's weird.
And for your 17-year-old son to monitor you is also super fucked up.
I guarantee you that was just his way of going, hey, look, just to prove there's no hypocrisy. That was probably...
Bro, it's way weird. Is it way weirder?
It's way weirder.
Would you, Coop? How's your relationship with your dad?
Way better than with the fact that I don't know what kind of porn he watches.
Would you, if your dad, when you were 17, if your dad came to you and said, son, I want to make sure you're not watching porn, but more importantly, I want you to make sure that I'm not watching porn. Here's some software. I want you to check in on me to make sure I'm not watching porn. Would you do that for your dad?
I don't think so. I don't. I really...
I have just the opposite problem. My father would come to me screaming that his Big Click Bonanza subscription ran out. And could I help him?
I just love that there's the opposite ends of the spectrum. On one end of the spectrum, there's Covenant Eyes, where you're watching your son's internet activity, and the other end of the spectrum is walking home from Walgreens with a rented VCR and VHS tape.
Right, and I definitely know that my way is unhealthy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with having this software on a young kid's computer. Like, however young a kid is. But I think by the time you're 17 and you can drive and you're legal to have sex in a lot of states, it becomes a little weird and invasive and creepy. But when you're a kid, I don't think this is wrong either for parents to monitor what you're doing on a computer.
No, I mean, I don't know if you'd need software when you're kid. Like,
you could also see who's contacting them. I don't think that's crazy.
I watch anything my kids do on anything like a tablet or anything. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to give them the freedom to do whatever they want, but you want to keep your eye on it. Let's see him brag about how he watches his son's porno activity.
The guy's a fucking ghoul.
Yeah.
Look the way he's holding the mic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, like that's
it's a big,
so
hard prick.
phallic.
Big hard prick.
He's
gonna
thinking
put it to
about
his
his boner right now.
Yeah, look at this big hard fucking speaker cock. This is years ago, but still.
Yeah.
Troy, hit play.
I'm hit play.
Hit play, Troy.
You can see it spinning. I don't know what's going on.
Travis is so. Can I tell you something, Travis? I never realized how great you are at this.
Travis is the best.
He's goated.
Oh.
He is the best on Google.
You're goated after today.
I appreciate that. I just wish,
Or is it that you're so good or Troy's so bad?
There's a combination of things. They're not mutually exclusive.
I see.
Yeah,
But you see what I'm doing.
But he's not a good teacher. Why didn't you show Troy how to do this?
I didn't think anybody needed to be showed how to press play on a video.
I understand.
He couldn't work YouTube. I can't blame the teacher.
You clearly see the thing spinning.
No, I see it, but I see when Travis does it.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to play the video.
Okay, I'm going to should I refresh it?
Yeah, give it a refreshing.
Follow.
Sometimes a good refresh
I just
really
hit play on mine and it worked immediately.
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Open the tweet, Troy. Oh, and it worked immediately.
Why is that such an effective tool? Why do parents
Covenant
need to
eyes.
put this into their home?
Yeah, that's great question. We probably could have called this more appropriately a war on the darkness of technology, because there are some good things with technology, of course. I mean, the Bible apps we all love. We broadcast our services, on our social media.
The Bible
and there's some
apps?
very positive things, but there's also, as Clint's pointed out aptly, some really dark things. So Covenant Eyes is the software that we've been using a long time in our household. I first learned about it at, I think, a Promise Keepers event.
Can you pause real quick? Here's how you know someone's a douchebag. When they say household. When they refer to their house, in our household. When they say in our household, that's just such a douchey way to talk about what's going on at home.
And it is very sort of controlling. These are the rules of our household.
This is what we do in our household. Like it's a holy place of goodness.
I remember when we were staying over, we were like growing up, we were staying over at like, whatever, family friend's house or whatever. And it was all of like the two families were all there. And like it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And nope, this is when we go to bed. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll go upstairs and read. And the dad of the household, this is household energy.
Yeah.
The dad went room to room to turn off everybody's lights.
Jerk off. He's a jerk off.
Nope, we turn off the lights in this house.
Yeah, jerk off. Dad's a jerk off.
That's household energy.
Yeah.
That's rules of the household. Nope, in this house, 9 o'clock means lights out. What difference does it make to you? Go in your room.
Yeah.
The lamp's going to be on.
In this household.
Right. That's household energy.
Yeah, his house. We're using our household. What the fuck is a household, asshole? What is it?
What's a household?
What the fuck is a household?
The hell are you talking about?
Yeah, this is what we. This is what we
by his house, right?
Yeah, it's what we do at home. Just say at home. Say this is what we use.
You don't need to run your household like a business.
In our household, it's a forced wholesomeness. It's a forced way of sounding like old school American. Here in this household, it's to convey an attitude, bucko. An attitude of seriousness.
How about when your kids go home, they actually just feel comfortable in their own house?
Yeah.
They don't feel like, oh, now I'm in the household. Gotta follow the rules.
Can we go to Larry real quick? This is a fair question. I don't want to come off the wrong way, Sam.
What's up, Larry?
Hi, Larry.
Yeah, Jim, is there anything wholesome in the world that you like? And then I'm going to get to your utter hypocrisy about something else.
Okay, well, get to
wholesome in the world that you like.
Hold on, I'll answer you. I'm sorry, go ahead. Give me an example.
You want to kill babies.
Hold on, what do you mean I want to kill babies? Oh,
life.
Yes, you do.
Oh, you mean wholesome as in because I'm pro-choice, I want to kill babies?
Yes.
Yeah, of course you do.
Of course you do.
So listen, there is a big difference between, I have a wife who is pro-choice, okay?
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Cool.
Okay, and I'm very
for whatever reason, look who she's married to. She's like, this problem could have been wiped out a long time ago.
She doesn't jump up and down and dance in the streets like you seem to be.
You do. You do that.
So basically, me and your wife have the same feeling about abortion.
Not really, no. Because she doesn't do it because she doesn't have
a radio show.
Celebratory on the daily.
Oh, so she's not celebratory, but she still agrees with me that people who believe in no exceptions are kind of crazy. So your wife and I basically have the exact same feelings about abortion. We just express it differently.
To a degree,
it's a yes or a no.
That's one little piece of the puzzle.
No. Let's stick to what you just said. She's pro-choice, and I'm pro-choice.
Okay.
So we have the same feelings on abortion.
Again, it's a complicated issue.
No, it's not. It's a yes or a no. What's complicated is you don't like the fact that you just admitted that you think I'm an asshole, but your wife has the same feelings about abortion.
No, I think you're an asshole for a myriad of reasons in this area.
Larry, you know what's not wholesome? Calling radio shows and calling your wife an asshole. That is
basically
not in my household.
By the way, okay, I'm an asshole, but you married someone who has the same feelings about abortion as I do. How?
You want to show why you're a hypocrite?
Sure.
Okay.
So at least I didn't marry someone who doesn't agree with me.
That's true.
But you want no. You want to play live and let live, okay, with the whole situation you have at home. That no one should come against you. But don't worry about it. If you don't like it, it's just your opinion.
Yes.
You know, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to religion, it's like, you've let's do what I want. I, the Norton Führer, say what religion is, and you will listen to me, or you are a dope, and you're uneducated.
That does sound like you.
But, Larry, I didn't say people aren't going to like what I am. What have I tried to infringe on this guy other than me not liking him?
No. I'm talking about in general with religion.
No. Let's stick to specifics.
Okay,
Stop talking.
You can't say the word household now.
Of course you can. I just don't like it.
No. You just called him a dope.
Yes, he is. He's a douchebag. I hate him.
How dare he use the word household?
Yes. I didn't like it. But I didn't say he shouldn't be able to.
I don't like the fact you're fucking a man. How's that sound?
I don't like the. Well, maybe you ought to fuck a man because then you won't have to be with somebody who might get pregnant and want to have an abortion.
Well, not at my wife's age, no. But that happens.
He got you on that one,
by the
Larry.
way, this is why I like guys like you, because you're such a fraud. Like, look at the anger. Sure you are. You marry someone who's pro-choice, and then you baby boy about it that I am.
My wife came to me.
She certainly didn't come with you.
You can't make your wife come, dude.
She sat down and she goes, I know how you feel on the subject of abortion.
Yeah.
I feel a different way. We talked about it. She goes, can we get past this? I go, yeah, of course.
Sure, of course.
Because of how when she said it, she would not have been a celebratory.
Oh,
celebratory is
a man who uses words to make a living.
Yes.
Okay, and uses nuance to make a living.
Yes.
When it doesn't help you, you want to make everything black and white.
But I'm giving it, Larry. Here's the thing. First of all, you've never liked me, and I don't like you. So we know that, of course.
No, I used to like you. I used to like you.
You know what Larry's problem is.
No. I used to like you until you started up on the soapbox on so many things, including hating religions of any type.
Oh, okay. So you don't like that I don't agree with you on your religious obsession. That's fine. You don't have to.
See, wait, right there.
Listen to you. Listen to you.
Right there.
You're just calling up angry. You're mad at the radio. But you said.
Listen to you.
But I meant me.
You didn't do anything.
I meant me, stupid. I didn't mean the physical radio. I mean, Jesus, Larry. How literal are you? Do you moonwalk over the spectrum? I'm talking about me.
Larry, you are mad that we were clearly doing a comedic riff on the word household.
Of course.
That's a riff.
I think Larry says household.
He definitely
really set him off.
He says household, but that's not what
he says household, but he can't even marry somebody who agrees with him on such a critical issue.
No, because I knew that was just one part, and I knew the context of why.
What was the context? Hey, Larry, how could you marry somebody who can get pregnant, who disagrees with you on such a fundamental issue? This is an issue that obviously the country is split on. It's a very deeply personal issue. So how could you be in the most important union with someone who absolutely disagrees with you on it? And you're mad at me because I speak in definitive terms as a dumb comic?
Wait. But let me... Okay. All right. I'm going to turn the tables on you.
Ooh.
Do you agree with everything at home?
No.
Everything?
We were fighting last night. No.
Thank you. Bingo. One for me.
But I don't call... But, Larry... I don't call radio shows in a rage and go, like you're calling upset that I don't agree with you. Meanwhile, your wife and I agree. Hold on, let me finish, Larry. Your wife and I agree. Me and your wife could sit down and talk about abortion, and we would agree more than you and your wife. You just don't like the way I expressed it. But your wife doesn't have a radio show. She has to live with you. So what is she going to do? Come home and throw her arms in the air? She did her own form of celebrating by sitting down with you and holding your hand and going, I know we don't agree with this, Larry. She had to talk you through it.
Yeah. And once she said it, it was about maybe a 5-minute conversation. And, the subjects come up here and there about different little things when it's come up in the news, when... I forget the name of the Supreme Court decision, but anyway.
Roe versus Wade, you forgot?
It's a pretty famous one.
Roe versus Wade, you forgot?
I'm talking about the one that overturned it, dope.
I believe that was Jackson. I believe that was Jackson versus Planned Parenthood. Am I correct? That might be it.
Or Jackson versus Wade Robeson.
Yes, that was a fun battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask you, Larry, maybe I'm wrong.
Jackson, by the way, but anyway.
But the bottom line is, you just don't like that I was celebratory about them enshrining it in the Ohio Constitution.
But you make it into religion is horrible. Everyone shall hate.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say religion is horrible. I said there's
you say it practically every
Again,
day.
no, I didn't. What I don't like is the fact is people like you in religion. There's a lot of great religious people. They're decent people. They have a great moral compass. They're open-minded. They care about other people. They're very generous. Catholic Charities has helped millions of people, missionaries. Millions of people are in religion who are great people and decent people. It's guys like you in religion that I dislike, and guys like Mike Johnson.
How do you know what I'm like, Jim?
Because of my interaction with you.
You're mad at a phone right now, Jim.
No, I'm not. I'm mad at a cunty caller.
Larry, you do.
Larry, you can't
stink, dude.
Radio. I was mad at you.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I'm mad at the phone.
You're very good at words, too.
That's my job, dummy.
Larry,
I don't like
Larry,
you. You don't
suck,
like me.
dude.
You suck, Larry. You do suck.
You do suck, Larry.
You suck.
You do suck. You're the worst, dude.
You really are.
Jim sucks, but that's
No, Jim rules. You suck, dude.
I actually banned you from this show a while ago.
Oh, really?
Yes. This is the Larry that I banned from the show. Of course I know it's you. But when you say
re-ban.
wholesome...
Write that number
No,
down.
but like literally... Let me ask you. So you're against rape and incest exceptions?
Here's what I'm against. I think once it's happened, it's a life. Period.
Okay.
End of sentence.
Okay. So I don't know if you have kids.
About the life of the mother, that's a different thing.
An exception.
An exception. Okay. But
wait. Because we're trading a life for a life here.
So let me ask you. I don't know. Do you have a daughter? I don't know your sister. You don't even have to tell me.
I don't have any daughters.
Okay.
I have a son.
But if you have a wife, you're married, and if your wife was raped by a home invader and impregnated, you would literally tell her, like, I'm going to side with the rapist and his desire for you to have this baby.
Well, first of all, I'm not the emperor of my household.
I'm talking about how you feel.
He said household, by the way.
I'm talking about how you feel, Larry. You would not want your wife...
I would probably try to talk her out of it.
Okay.
But...
Wow.
I would probably try to talk her out of it.
What a scumbag.
Yeah. Okay. So basically you would say it's a life, and the rapist has made a decision that you should be pregnant, and I will side with the rapist's decision and not yours as my wife. I will agree with the rapist's decision and not yours. Not the rape, but the impregnation.
I would let my wife... I would let my wife make the decision.
Why?
But I would weigh in and say, I don't think it's a good one.
But why would you let her make a decision if you think that it shouldn't be codified into law?
Because, again... Jim, there is the difference. I don't think you're listening. Okay. What I said is you sit there and you celebrate and dance. Okay. Yet when but there's a difference between saying, "Hey, listen, in this particular case, here's my thoughts."
Larry sucks.
Codifying it into law. I don't think it should be.
Is he banned again?
I think listen.
He's a shithead.
So Larry, you'd be happy if you lived in a state where your wife couldn't get the abortion. You'd prefer to live in a state where your wife couldn't get the abortion.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine. I mean, I have nothing to say about that. If your wife was raped, you'd want the state.
What a bad guy.
Allow you to do what you did a few years ago.
Yeah. If the state,
that's his. You know that's his thing, right?
If the state would allow them to get an abortion, you'd prefer to be her to be in a state that she was not allowed to get an abortion. Crazy, Larry.
Crazy Larry.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. Well, that's who you are, Larry. What do you want me to tell you?
You
don't like me, and I don't like you. What is your attraction to the radio show? I don't understand. Like, I know you like Sam, but I mean, if I ruin your...
No, well, actually, Sam, I'm the guy who called up years ago and said Sam was like a veal. But anyway...
I do not
What
like
is your
Larry.
attraction to the radio show? I'm really just curious. I'm not even telling you don't listen. I'm just asking.
What is your my attraction to the radio show is that every so often, when Jim gets off his soapbox.
But I'm not on a soapbox. I don't like a guy.
Yes, you are.
I don't like Larry.
Look at you, Larry.
I did an informal little thing for 2 weeks, okay? Right before you went on vacation. And every single day, without fail, you brought up religion and knocked religion.
But it's funny. Did you get mad when I soapboxed about immigration? And I agree with the conservatives on immigration or crime. It's funny how the thing you don't like...
Yeah, you talk about crime all the time.
...is the thing you and I don't... I say how these Democrat-run cities are shitholes and how these dummies are allowing this fucking... the collapse of their cities, but you're not complaining about that.
Nobody has deeply held... I know what you're going to say, but nobody has deeply emotional beliefs about crime. Again, if they were attacked by a crime or a victim of a crime.
Yes, they do, Larry. Of course they do.
No. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. I do know.
Religion isn't a different...
It's a choice.
Category.
It's fine, Larry, and you're allowed to be religious. It's a choice you've made to be religious. You choose to be.
Yeah, but wait. And people aren't even religious. Religion is in a different category.
Why?
What category?
How do you know that?
What category?
It's again, I can't put it into words of what exactly, but there's a difference between saying I think people should be able to come over from wherever they want to come over, or there's no such thing as an illegal immigrant, or hey, listen, we should get rid of bail and blah blah blah. Those are very, for lack of a better word, very what am I trying to say? I want to say mental issues, but that's not the word I'm looking for.
Mental issues.
Right.
Larry's the worst.
Yeah.
Wait. But wait a second. But religion is an emotional issue.
Oh, okay. It's an emotional issue.
This is emo, Larry. Larry's emo.
So it's not based in anything other than your emotions?
Larry's got his bangs swept over his forehead. Why are you so emo, Larry?
Nobody gets their, it's for the and I know you're going to twist this too.
Larry wears eyeliner.
Nobody gets their deep beliefs in immigration or crime or anything else from their parents or their grandparents.
Of course you do.
Politics is
Larry, you're wrong. What makes Larry, you're wrong. What makes a person's, or a lot of times what forms a person's moral compass is their family. What forms a person's
moral compass, yes, but you see.
That's what defines the way you feel a lot of times about crime, and a lot of times the way you feel about immigration is a lot of times the moral compass that is developed growing up. Not always, just like people switch religions in adulthood.
Look at you.
What's that?
Look at you.
What does that mean?
What about me? Like, what makes you so much moral?
From everything you've ever said about your parents, they seem like very nice people.
They are.
Very moral people.
Sure.
Very straight down the arrow people.
Yeah.
And look at you.
Larry, can I tell
you know what, Larry? I work for a living. Believe it or not, I don't cheat on my wife. I fucking pay my taxes. I've done some things that are not upstanding, but I don't think I'm any worse than the average person in the street.
Of course you're not. I would much rather know that Jim had my back than that Larry has my back.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, Sam, you don't know what I've done for people, but okay.
I know what you've done
for me. I'm sure you've let them know, Larry. I'm sure you've let them know what you've done for them.
No.
Oh, yeah, he has. He's taking every bit of credit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he has.
I back up people very quietly.
No, you don't. You don't do anything quietly.
You can't even disagree quietly, Larry. You can't even disagree quietly. You have to monitor the radio for 2 weeks. Just who are you kidding?
You got a spreadsheet, bro.
Do you lie to yourself like this?
What?
Who are you kidding? You're not this nice guy.
No,
you're an aggressive, angry guy who's listening to something and getting fucking angry, and you're not even man enough just to admit that you can't handle the fact that I don't feel the way you feel about it.
Listen,
He got hit with a truth bomb.
You seem to want. This seems to be an obsession with you.
But have I asked for religion?
Religion bad. I think if you see a dirty street, somehow you're blaming religion.
But this is where you're wrong. I have not, for one moment, asked my personal opinion to infringe on other people's right to be religious, to practice their religion. What I get resentful at is when people like you use your religion as an excuse to not do certain things in society, because I find it fraudulent. It's not about the religion itself.
What have I not done, or people like me not done in society? Like,
for instance, people that don't want to give out certain medication as a pharmacist when it's their job, or people who want to dress a certain way at their job because of their religion. People who don't want to give out marriage licenses because it's against their religion when their job is to issue the license that the state says they should issue. So that's in
that case, I think they should quit their job.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's my issue.
I'm moral issues.
Okay, then we agree on that.
They should sue the state because they have to.
Why sue the state when they're just not able to do their job?
Because I'm sorry. The thing is, it's like the cake issue. But that's
the cake. There's a difference, though. There's a difference in the cake issue.
Bro, your wife.
I hate that cake guy. I hate his guts. But I thought the Supreme Court probably made the right decision because of the argument his very smart lawyer made, which was that it was about creativity and about free speech, and not about he would serve gay people, but he wouldn't make the cake they wanted. So in a way, I thought, wow, his lawyer was a genius and gave a reasonable reason as to why he should not be forced to do that.
Okay, Jim. Okay. Well, you're going to say you wouldn't take the gig, but okay, you go and your manager, your agent books you a gig.
That'd be a miracle. That would be a miracle.
It would make him believe in religion.
It would make me believe in God again if I got a good gig.
Okay, it pays really well, but it's in front of a religious organization.
100%, I would do it. 100%.
But then wait a minute, though.
Well, let me finish. I would do it, but what they wouldn't like what I said. And I, to be honest with you, the reason I may turn it down is the reason I would turn down a cruise ship is like they're not going to like me. Like my act.
The man who just got off a cruise ship, but okay.
What's that?
Says the man who just got off a cruise ship.
Yeah, but it was a chartered cruise where they were there for certain comedians. There's a difference. I'm talking about a cruise ship where there's just a regular cruise and a comedian, and you have to be totally clear. Stop trying to find out where I'm wrong when I'm actually telling you I would take the gig, but if I refused it, it would be because I don't think they're going to enjoy me. I don't object to them. I don't think they'd like me. So what is your question?
He doesn't know. He's lost in
What
his
are you
argument.
doing, Larry?
He's lost in the sauce. He stinks.
No, I'm not lost in the sauce.
Yeah, you are, dude. You're so lost in the sauce,
What are you
dude.
doing?
You have no idea what you're talking about anymore, and your wife would love Jim.
Here's the thing, and then I will get off the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Jim, be honest with yourself. And more than one person I've seen on social media.
Oh, good. That's where you go for your information.
No.
How about just, Larry, instead
It's going to be okay.
you don't need a group. You don't need hive mentality, Larry. I know that makes you feel safe and smart.
No.
No.
He really is Keitel.
I mean, you really are. I don't care what other people are saying. I'm just talking to you. You don't have to listen. You can listen. That's fine.
You're the worst.
We put you through. I knew who you were.
No, you didn't.
Of course I did. You said wholesome.
Here's Jim knew exactly who you were because he specifically said, before we move on, let's go to Larry. He called for this phone call. He knew who you were.
And you said, is there anything wholesome you like? You think I know? So I did know who you are, and I referenced who you are.
He knew.
Jim, but here's my question, Jim.
Idiot.
And be honest with yourself.
Got it,
Before
right.
you left for this cruise, in the week between, when you announced what you announced, and the cruise.
That's what he doesn't like, dude.
You listen to those again. You listen to everybody. Okay, you listen to yourself. You sat there like you were trying to convince yourself you were happy.
Get the fuck out
I mean, the level of your delusion, Larry.
I'm happy.
But I was just kind of talking about something that's been a part of my life for a long time.
This is what the thing is.
And yeah, of course, this is a guy. You probably don't even think that we should be allowed to be married. You're probably one of those. You're right, because you're one of those.
No, No, I don't.
You're one of those fake patriots who pretends to believe in freedom and liberty, but only wants freedom and liberty for people who are like you and like the way you think.
Have freedom and liberty to boot heroin in the street?
No, because that has a worse effect on society with crime. To be honest, I don't care if people boot heroin or not, as long as I don't have to pay the bill for it. But I think two people getting married and living a responsible life is different.
So you're into defining deviancy down.
Well, you consider it deviancy. I mean, I think the fact that you're married to someone, you're married to someone.
Larry,
Larry, what about this?
Again, heroin is different than two people being married. You want a life for yourself that you don't want other certain Americans to be able to pursue. You're a fraud. And as a patriot, you're a fraud.
How wild is it that Jim gets along with your wife and his wife better than you get along with your wife?
Yeah, your wife agrees with me and my wife.
yeah.
Because my wife, in fact, if anything, that conversation we had brought us closer. Because I said, at least she's honest with me.
Yeah, she believes in killing babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're married to someone, for all of your moralizing, how you don't think me and my wife should be married, you're moralizing, and yet you married someone that also believes in killing babies.
A murderer.
In very small exceptions.
Small exceptions? What are the small? Well, yeah, they're all small, Larry. They're all tiny.
Well, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Stop being cute, Jim.
But yeah, but I really wasn't trying to convince myself. And if you think that, fine.
Nobody thinks that.
But anyone who knows me knows that wasn't. It was nice to talk about something that's been a part of my life for a long time.
Literally nobody except Larry thinks that.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Larry?
Yeah.
Tell yourself that, Sam. But that's okay.
Is it okay? I'm glad it's okay.
Yeah. I'm glad that I'm the one living under delusions.
Yeah.
But you just keep behaving yourself because
he called into a radio
everything.
Show under false pretenses
because
he was mad at you living your life and talking to us about it 2 weeks ago.
I started from the beginning that I said that he doesn't believe in anything wholesome. That's something that's
wholesome. But Larry, you married someone that believes in killing babies. Shut up. Larry, with your wholesome nonsense.
Very few exceptions.
Shut up.
You not being happy for somebody that's found happiness in their life,
of course,
makes you a bad person.
That's what he is. This is what he is.
God frowns upon it.
Yeah.
And God, I'm going to tell you something, Larry. In my opinion, the way I've been thinking about it, how this conversation, I don't think God likes you.
Do you understand Jesus would think you're a jerk off, Larry?
I think so.
You're not the person that Christ would like.
Not at all.
He fucking had long hair. He was a hippie. He washed a leper's feet, the feet of some. He was a good guy.
He's a good dude.
He gave us. You're not.
You're not a good dude, Larry.
To speculate on what God thinks.
You're not a good person.
I'm telling you, Christ would think you're a douchebag.
Larry, you're not a good person.
I rest my case. Tim, that you're arrogant enough to think that you know what God thinks.
Larry, you are not a good person, Larry. You got to know that.
You're calling me and telling me that you think you know what God thinks. Everyone thinks people are killed because they think they know what God thinks.
I started the conversation with, you don't like anything wholesome.
But that's not true. It's a lie. I like my wife and I fucking eat dinner and we rewatch The Sopranos together and we do dumb couple things.
You like antiquing.
We like antiquing.
Antiquing is pretty
play
wholesome.
chess. Those are all pretty wholesome things.
I'm singing happy birthday in the middle of, a mass murder.
You sing happy birthday in a mass murder?
Thing in the middle of a very unwholesome thing.
What do you mean singing happy birthday in the middle of a mass murder?
You did that shit, Jim?
You said my wife and I sit home and we watch The Sopranos and we eat dinner and we do very wholesome things.
Yeah.
Okay? Right? Okay. But take one step back.
But no, why would I take a step back when you just said I don't like anything wholesome? So I'm just telling you the normal things we do at home. And this is this is how desperate you are to be right. You can't just go, oh yeah, okay, those are very normal, wholesome things. Those are just normal.
They are. I said they were.
Well, then why take a step back?
Happy birthday.
Well, then why take a step back?
Because.
Why?
Because you have to look at things in context, Jim.
Yeah, the context is I'm married. We have a good time.
I'm sure the Nazis gave little kids teddy bears sometimes.
Are you a Nazi, Jim?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. You're sure the Nazis? Okay, maybe they did, Larry.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, can you find out if the Nazis gave kids teddy bears?
You look at those videos of Hamas, okay? And some of them, when they got little kids, they're like, tweaking their, cheeks and stuff like that. they're almost not playing. But
is Hamas pinching cheeks?
Well, you saw that.
Do you not see that you're unraveling, Larry?
No.
What are you talking about?
All right, Larry, will you admit now that you're lost in the sauce? Are you a little lost in the sauce, buddy?
No, I'm not. I'm very, very...
You said Jim might be a Nazi mass murder Hamas.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just using analogies.
Oh.
I know they didn't teach those in Syracuse.
No, I'm not at the analogy portion of Syracuse yet.
I know they didn't teach that in, whatever.
Go ahead. You got it.
Whatever degree you got.
Yeah. Well, I celebrated. I thought Ohio made the right decision. I was very happy about it. And so is anybody else who kind of feels the same way I feel. You just don't like the way I discussed. I should have been more somber about it.
That's right.
No, what you could have done is not said, okay, there was. I don't know how you could have said it.
But I said it how I wanted to say it.
Let's leave politics and religion out of it going forward.
You pop the champagne bottles.
Yes, I did. I was happy about it. I'm thrilled about it. I hope every state does it.
Oh, Larry, that's got to hurt.
Yeah.
When a state does something that you don't like in a certain area, can I pop champagne bottles?
You do.
You can. Of course,
you're
you can,
a liar
Larry.
If you say you don't. You do, Larry.
And Larry, it's a free country. Of course, you could do that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay with that.
I would dislike you for it, the same as you dislike me. But I'm not crying that you dislike me. But you're a moral liar because you do pop champagne bottles. So you 100% understand why I was happy. But you call up as a fraud, pretending you're outraged about it. When you do the same thing. So you're calling me a hypocrite? You're a fraud as a person because you do that.
And whose champagne party is your wife going to?
Sit around, Jim, and I'm going to, again, I keep trying to end this.
Then end it.
Around and you say, "Oh, I don't want. I'm fine with anybody and all their opinions."
Yes.
But then you try to shut. But then anybody who has a differing opinion, you call stupid and moronic.
You said I'm amoral, and you're saying, "Do I like anything wholesome?" People insult each other. But you also were able to speak here for almost 30 minutes. We had you on, and we argued, but we heard what you said. We didn't shut you up.
I didn't say you did.
Though you're telling me I don't give people a voice, or I shut everybody down by saying they're stupid. You don't like me either.
No, I didn't say you shut them down. I said you called them stupid.
Well, I do think you're stupid, and you don't like me either, Larry. So why don't we don't like each other? We're unpleasant to each other.
That's true.
Like, why are you pretending? This is what bothers me about you. Why I think you're phony. Because I'm not taking a moral high ground with you. And a turd. I'm not pretending. Gee whiz, Larry, why would you say that? You don't like me and I don't like you. So we both know we're starting at that point. I don't like your point of view. I think you stink. You think I stink. Like, so why do we have to run around in circles and pretend when we both know that about each other?
And Jim, okay, let me point out one more thing.
Don't address it. Just go on to the next
thing. Wait. One more thing.
Yeah, of course.
You're talking to a wall.
Of course, but I know that.
No. One more thing is, do you think it's very interesting, okay, and how you do passively shut people down in the fact that nobody has called about this issue?
This fucking phones are lit.
Not about this issue.
You don't want us to take the phones, Larry.
That week there, no one called about that issue.
Oh, about me being married? Because people know already and don't give a shit.
Because they didn't want to deal with your nonsense, so they just said, okay, I'll...
Wait, you're asking about people calling about Jim being married? Do you understand the amount of feedback that all of us on the show got really is, about how happy everybody is for Jim?
People are...
Feedback, Sam.
The bottom line is...
I'm not here on an island all by myself.
Yes, you are. It's called the Larry Has No Friends Island. And your wife's not even
But Larry,
yes. I have more than a few.
You don't have any friends.
The thing is this, your feelings about my marriage are of zero value to me. Like, you're allowed to hate it or to think I'm a faggot or like, whatever you want to think is okay. You're a valueless person to me.
But you also do what a lot of people of your ilk do.
What's ilk?
Shove it down people's throats.
Wait.
He didn't say anything for years.
I shove it. How did I shove it down people's throats? I said I was married and we're on social media. How did I shove it down people's throats? I mean, that's insanity, Larry. What you're saying is a lie.
Let him answer.
Yeah, how did I shove it down people's throats?
Okay.
No, how? How?
You were married.
How did I shut it down?
All the stuff you said before you were married.
Yeah.
All the stuff about,
S&Ds?
What?
Go ahead.
Yeah, the stuff I said. But by the way, you still didn't address what I said that you and I just don't like. What you do, Larry, and this is again why you just.
No. I don't like you. You don't like me.
Yeah, but so stop.
But that doesn't mean you can't. I can't go for a higher thing of saying, "Hey, listen." A larger issue of the fact of that you, and I can't tell you why I don't like you.
Okay, you don't like. Okay, I don't care why you don't like me. Like I'm not asking you. I'm not concerned with it.
No one's telling you to listen to the show, Larry.
Yeah, Larry, you and I are never going to like each other. So, let's see how real you are. Say one nice thing about me. Say something you like about me, because you do listen a lot. So there is something you like about me. Say something you like about me.
When you're not on this soapbox, you are funny and very quick with it.
That was a nice call. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry. Appreciate the call and the positive feedback.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I apologize for letting that go so long, but
You never have to apologize.
It is what it is.
Would you like him banned moving forward?
I mean, we don't have to go to the call. Like,
well, let's see what the feedback is, because he does say that you silence the calls, which you do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna usurp you, Jim.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go to the calls. And
the phones are lit. Every phone line is lit.
Because people love that shit.
Yeah.
You never have to apologize for going too long with guys like that.
Yes, Steve
in Florida.
Yeah, hey guys, look, as someone who's slightly right of center, that guy Larry's a fucking embarrassment, and the fact that he had the temerity to say anything about Jim's marriage, I mean, shit, Jim, my wife is actually obsessed with your wife's social media feed. We're so happy for you.
Thank you.
And that guy, holy fuck, I'm sitting here in my house trying to get work done, and I'm like ready to punch my fucking computer screen because this guy is a complete shitbag.
But
that's a good point.
He's a guy, though, like when you have guys like that, and it's not just Larry, there's a million guys like that, you let them just keep talking, because the reality is there are people who want to infringe on you living the way you want to live, and they're always going to find a reason to do it. Thank you for this call, Steve. Appreciate it.
I was just waiting for someone to bump in with a Ramon, tell this guy to go suck a dick in Macy's men's room or something. I mean, because that's I mean, that
would have been a fair thing to say, but yeah, but I don't. It is what it is. He's certainly allowed to feel that way. And there's people that feel that way. So it is what it is. You're never going to stop that. But
Steve in Yellowstone.
Yes.
Well, I guess I can't do this anymore. It's out of the phone. But maybe next time.
Okay, Steve. What did you want to say?
I mean, I can't Ramon the guy. What the fuck?
So we did.
I would have nailed it.
Oh, sorry. We didn't see the call. I don't have my glasses on. I have to literally put my glasses on to see, so I apologize.
Thank you, Steve.
All right. Take care.
Jeff in Austin. What's up, Jeff?
And then I'm going to say something nice about Larry.
Ooh, what's up, Jeff?
What's up, guys? How are we doing this morning?
Hey, buddy.
Good.
So I need to figure out, was Larry dead serious?
Oh, yeah.
Or is he? Oh, so he's that retarded. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like that word. By that word, I mean Larry.
How is this guy this pissed off in this press when he can just be like, I guess I'm not listening to Jim and Sam anymore?
Because it's the same thing. Anger and listening to things we don't like. I mean, part of being on a radio show is there's a lot of people that don't like you that are obsessed with listening, because it's addicting to be angry. It's addicting to go, what the fuck? Like anybody that would monitor a radio show for 2 weeks just to say, I don't need that confirmation. If I don't like something, I just don't like it. I don't need to, I don't waste my time with it.
Do you think his wife had to deal with it? Like his wife had to be presented the spreadsheet evidence of when Jim brought up religion?
I mean, it's just psychotic. But I will say something nice about Larry.
Thank you, Jeff.
He seems to have PowerPoints.
Thanks, Jeff. I will say something nice about Larry. He didn't have to tell us that his wife was pro-choice. The fact that he told us that he gave us ammunition he didn't have to give us. So
he didn't mean to.
Maybe he didn't mean to, but he still did. And maybe he didn't realize how that would be used. But the bottom line is he was honest about something that he didn't have to be honest about.
I think he thought it would be points in his favor.
Maybe.
Meaning, hey, my wife is, so I don't have a problem with it, but...
Maybe.
And he didn't realize that it would be used against him.
Maybe not.
In many jokes at his expense about you and his wife getting along
very
better,
possibly.
Better than he and his wife.
Very possibly. But the bottom line is, still, it was an honest thing he said about his life that he didn't have to say. So,
that's right. So good. Thank you for presenting us with that goodness.
Yeah.
Nathan in Ohio. What's up, Nathan?
Hi, Nathan.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Great.
Hey, buddy.
I just want to say fuck Larry.
Nice.
But, okay, listen. I voted no against that measure in Ohio. Not because I'm religious or anything like that. The only thing I had an issue with on it was that it allowed for abortion up to birth. And I just thought that was maybe a little extreme.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think you should be able to get... Unless the baby is going to kill the mother on the way out, I don't think you should be able to get an abortion up until the end. No, I agree with you.
And I think... Thank you, Nathan.
Psychotic.
And I think that most people are like, hey, never, ever, under any circumstances, way too extreme. Also, when you're there to deliver, but you decide against it, is way too extreme.
There's guys like, there was a doctor named Kermit Gosnell, I think, or in Philadelphia, who was just basically a butcher, if I remember correctly, where they were finding like severed arms and like just a monstrous abortion doctor.
Of course.
And then guys like that, it's like, well, yeah, that can't go on either.
But I hate it when people do that, when they conflate, and people do it on purpose on both sides. Like, they conflate, well, if you're for the exceptions, then you're for this. Or you can't be for the exceptions because, that means you're for this. And it's like that one doesn't correlate with the other. Like, they're two separate conversations.
They are separate. And a lot of the people who are against abortion at all are also against the abortion pill, which is like the next morning. And a lot of them are against contraception. So that shows you that's just policing in the bedroom. But there are that shitbag Clarence Thomas wants to overturn the woman's right to contraception. I'm not saying he doesn't want her to be able to get it, but he wants to overturn, I think, her right to get it.
But that's odd to hear you say that because you've been very anti-contraception for a long time.
Believe me, if there's not a condom, I won't throw into the garbage.
Jim has taken the position that he thinks condoms should be outlawed, but mainly because the feeling.
And they don't feel good on
They
a
don't
prick.
feel good.
Or taste good.
That one's for you, Larry. Let's go to my girl, Libby in Oregon.
Hey, Libby.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning, Libby.
How much does Larry stink?
The most.
He sucks.
Yeah.
And by the way,
you know what? I wanted to say,
Yes.
I felt like when you finally announced that you were married, because I follow you guys like a soap opera.
Thank you.
So I remember you saying you had a girlfriend. This like a year ago or so.
Yeah.
And I got so excited, so I called in, and you said, yes, I have a girlfriend. Anyway, I felt bad that you waited so long. If I was married to you, I would have been shouting it.
Well, thank you.
Look at Libby getting flirtatious.
Thank you, Libby.
I love the energy.
And believe me, if you were my wife, I'd have said it a lot sooner.
Whoa.
But
I don't have everything you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. In that case, thank you for the call. Goodbye. No, but it was never like, people in my life knew. My friends knew, most of my friends. Some people I forgot to tell, but like most of my friends, there was no secret in my real life.
What? Years?
E-Rock, I forgot to tell. But we were enjoying the privacy, and I was like, I work through a lot of things publicly, but I'm like, I want to see, I've never done this before, and I want it to be a legit thing that I do right, and I wanted to make sure we were both happy with it, and we could coexist together. There's still so many things I haven't said on the air. There's so much to it.
Doesn't sound like you did it. It doesn't sound like a good marriage. That sounds like a great marriage.
Yeah, it is.
Like each other. You guys are good together. You want to be there. That sounds perfect. So, fuck Larry.
Yeah, we had a fight last night, and it's one of those things where, like, when you're married, the difference is you can't, leaving is not an option. Like, fuck it. Like, it's like your option to do that is cut off, unless you want to have a terrible... So this morning was a little tense, but I had to apologize, and it's like,
Apologizing is good.
I know. But she was wrong, too. I was definitely cunty, but she was wrong, too.
Well,
but I was probably cuntier.
I can believe that.
Yep.
That happens.
All right,
and I think that's good. That's a good thing.
It is
now,
good.
I also wanted to talk to you about the strike zone.
Yes. Okay, the strike zone, yes.
You mean that thing that the MLB put on there for the children?
Yes.
Yeah.
And just to make to dumb it up.
I watched the Yogi Berra documentary the other day.
Okay.
Have you guys seen it?
I have not, no.
Boo-boos in it?
So good. This one guy named Yogi.
Oh.
Anyway, it's so good. You guys, I cried through it. And I know you like sports documentaries, Sam. But they were talking about the strike zone in there, and it made me think of you guys. he was hitting things out of the strike zone and getting like homers and stuff. I think the strike zone takes that little box, because I don't even watch it. I think baseball watching on TV is boring, but it does kind of take it
for
away
idiots
from,
like Travis.
Yeah. Takes it away from, like, just a feeling of the game.
Yeah,
And
I think so.
Another question for you.
Sure.
Sam,
Yeah.
are you going to let your little boy or your daughter play football now that you're a football fan?
That would be a tough one to tackle. All pun intended. No, I mean, look, if they really wanted to and had a proficiency for it, like, I wouldn't want them to not go forward and benefit from that. I think there's a lot of benefits to it, like being on a team, trying to win, playing hard, getting better, watching that improvement. But the concussion thing freaks me out.
Yeah,
the concussion thing's kind of
sure.
a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they're like doing research and finding like that high school kids are getting concussed. Like, I'm not trying to have my kids get their brains knocked in before they get to college.
Right.
Heck no.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I will tell you, I'm the person, you guys are always you saying I'm a teacher, but I'm not.
You are.
My client was, I'm a teacher of the world. You're right, Betty. But my client was NFL flag football for boys and girls, remember?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So get them out there, because it is fun. These little kids, they are having such a good time.
I do flag football.
And I would really encourage that.
Yeah,
I would.
you
And
stop
it's
adding
boys and
letters.
girls.
All right, Libby, we got to run. We appreciate it. It's 9:30. We got.
You.
Thank you so much. We got to take a break. To all the callers, the phones are lit. The callers, we got to take a break. We have our first guest. I'm sure has checked in already.
Yeah, what took all that time in the first break?
I know, just me being repressive.
Just Jim on his soapbox.
Just you shoving shit down people's throats.
I mean,
and here's the irony of it: Jim likes stuff getting shoved down his throat.
That's not true. What'd you say? Oh yeah, maybe it is. I stand corrected.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.